Hey guys, welcome to NG Site. Today we're gonna cover Argo. Yeah, the new Ben Affleck directed movie. It's his third movie, I think.
On Baby Gone, The Town.
The Town and this. Yeah. And it's about.
Well, it's basically about the Iran hostage crisis that happened from '79 to early 1980, where there were these 6 Americans who were caught in Iran during the Iranian Revolution when Ayatollah Khomeini took over. So it was up to the CIA to find a way to bring out those 6 hostages. And the character of Tony Mendez, played by Ben Affleck, decides that the best way is for him to go into Iran and pretend to be like a movie producer and get these 6 as part of the production
crew
that's filming this fictional movie called Argo. It's like a cheapo Star Wars knockoff.
B movie.
So it's a real B movie, and so they had to find a way to make everything seem authentic, seem genuine. So they approached the makeup artist and John Goodman's character. They approached a big time producer and Adam Arkin. Well, not necessarily big time, but a legit Hollywood producer in Alan Arkin. And so it's basically that how he gets into Iran and eventually gets these Americans out who are already hiding out in a
true story, by the way,
based on a declassified true story. They're hiding out in the Canadian ambassador's residence. Canadian ambassador played by a real life Canadian, Victor Garber.
Oh, he's Canadian.
Yeah. Okay. I think he is. From what I remember, he is. So there. That's basically it.
I think this is because I watched The Town. I wasn't really that impressed by it.
I haven't seen any of these 2 movies, and I heard really good reviews about both.
Oh yeah, for me it felt like a standard heist movie, The Town. So I wasn't really impressed by that. I haven't watched Gone Baby Gone, but I think this is a pretty a step up from what I've seen in terms of like story wise. He really gets you at the beginning. Right. He basically just shoots the moments that were before and leading into the storming of the U.S. Embassy at the time, and it's really tense. He really creates that atmosphere of tension. And he did a good job here. That part.
I gotta give Affleck credit because I haven't seen any of his, like I said, I haven't seen either of his previous movies that he directed, but here he builds up the tension really well, even up to the last part. I mean, I gotta apologize because it was a bit late in the evening when we watched this, and I was kind of nodding off a bit in some parts. But when it gets to the good part, it catches you and doesn't let you go until the end. So that's a good 20-30 minutes near the end of the film where it just goes the tension so high because they're trying to get out of Iran. And are they going to be able to get out? And all these obstacles get in their way. Which is a good, that's the formula for a good tense drama.
Thriller.
Because this is a thriller. It is a thriller based on a real story. That makes it even better. And setting the scene in 1979, early 1980, it's just cool because, okay, admittedly, Jamie and I were already alive back then, but we were really happy that we weren't this old back then because the fashion was horrible. The hair, the mustaches, the outfits, the ties. All of that, man. That was really bad.
I wouldn't fit in, man. If I wasn't living in the 70s, I wouldn't fit in. I'm trying to grow a mustache, my point stash.
I can grow a beard, but that was one of the fun parts, because people then really grew beards. Everybody's smoking, and stuff.
I would have liked that.
It looked grimy,
And oh man, I love that first part. I love when they show the logo. The Warner Brothers logo.
It's
old school logo.
WB logo.
Awesome.
The red and black W.
They made it what it looked like. What it was we watched in a digital cinema, but the way they tried to do the film is the little mark.
Etchy,
Nice touch there.
So they really made it seem like it's straight from the 70s, and it felt like all of that tension was building up to a crescendo by the end, because this is religious persecution that was happening then, and the whole anti-American thing happening in Iran.
Yeah,
and you didn't know who to trust. I mean, the Canadians didn't know if they could trust their housekeeper or not. You know, so I really appreciated that, and I think this is a really good movie. You know, despite my sleepiness in some parts, that is not this film's fault. That was my fault because I worked so hard during the week. Poor me, but you know, there.
That's the true test of any good movie, I guess. You know, if even if you're feeling sleepy, it'll still
grab you.
Still grab you, right? And but before we even get to that part, I mean, I think it was fun here. You know, I like the comic relief and Alan Arkin and Chad Goodman during the part where they're trying to set up the whole cover story.
Yeah.
You know, that made for a fun part.
Yeah. Argo, fuck yourself.
You know, and then just getting into like inside Hollywood and all that.
Yeah.
So that was some. I think Alan Arkin was like the funnier out of the two.
Yeah. Gave him the better lines.
He had good lines. He had really good lines here.
And then, it was good seeing a lot of actors that we know.
Right.
Not necessarily big actors, but big
good
enough.
Character actors.
Bryan Cranston,
Kyle Chandler, Titus Welliver.
Tate Donovan. All of these guys. Bob Gunton.
Yeah. Frank Whaley, Clea Duvall. Bruce, Ben Affleck got a decent cast here.
Yeah.